why you should learn Chinese. Welcome to Simple Chinese. My name is Mike Lin, and today I'm gonna make a video about why you should learn Chinese, or maybe just any other languages in general. So the biggest reason I would say, or there's other reasons obviously, but the very first reason I think a lot of people they want to learn Chinese or any other languages is just they're simply fascinated by their culture, right? By our culture. So culture. Yeah, obviously, like if you're from USA, USA being only 200 to 300 years old, almost 300 years old, you can tell it's very different compared to a lot of different countries in the world. China being one of the oldest country, obviously, there's a lot of pretty cool stuff. The language itself, and the food especially, and also just whatever buildings and just the cultures we have, and the dresses maybe for some people, and just other countries too. Like for example, Japanese, they're very good at animes, and they can be one of their culture. Like friends, other things. Their food maybe, and then maybe like their dress, like whatever. Whatever you're fascinated about, other countries' culture. Like that's one of the bigger reasons why people want to learn Chinese or any other languages. And then the second reason, okay, might just be your personal hobby, right? Hobby. Like Chinese, it is a skill. So in the future, whenever you want to do something, go to different country, if you want to travel, if you like to travel, having a hobby learning Chinese really helps you in the future. If you just go around and just kind of see people, and it's not just China. Like there's many other countries that also speaks Chinese Mandarin. In this case, specifically, Singapore can be one, and then Malaysia can also be another one. Okay, so just being a personal hobby can also be another reason why you want to learn Chinese. And then the third reason, I think, it's also kind of popular, or a lot of people talk about that. It's just to impress your friends, right? Just kind of friends, right? Friends down here, just to simply impress your friends and just be cool and I guess want to communicate with other guys. So I'm Chinese, and I came to here when I was 12 years old, and I didn't speak any English back then. And a lot of the guys around the school, they're just like, wow, like this kid is from China, right? Like I want to talk to him. But obviously I didn't speak English back then. I just kind of say, how do you say this in Chinese? So I was like, blah blah blah. Like, oh okay, blah blah blah. It's like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then once I become really good at English, pretty good in this case, after I go to college, I meet this whatever other guys. They're like, dude, you're from China? I was like, yeah, I'm from China. Like, you can speak Chinese then? And obviously, I got a Chinese accent. So they're like, yeah, dude, tell me how to say some Chinese, and I just teach them like, holy shit, that's really dope. And then one of my very close friends actually started learning Chinese, taking Chinese lessons in college, and just gonna listening. And then one day he was driving with his friend, and then they turned on the radio, and then one of the radio stations actually, that's a Chinese radio station. They talk about whatever Chinese stuff, and they stopped right there like, holy shit, I actually understand some of the things they said. Like wow, like that's really useful, So maybe you want to talk to friends, maybe you want to talk to a new guy, a new girl, maybe you like this person who's from different country, and you're like, wow, she's hot or he's hot, I want to talk to them. So that can also be another reason why you want to learn any other languages, or maybe Chinese in this case, right? And then the fourth one, I think it's one of the also most important and popular reason why you should learn. It's obviously the jobs, right? Like it's pretty obvious. So yeah, the reason why Chinese is a good language to learn for jobs is obviously, China has been, one of the pretty big countries right now nowadays in the world. We have a population of 1.3 billion, so a lot of people basically. Most popular language in the world is Chinese, Mandarin, and what else? And the Chinese economy has been growing 5-6% every year for I don't know how many years in the past. So it's definitely there's a huge market in China. So whatever major you are, I'm a business major. I'm still in college right now. So having another language, and if you whatever doing business or whatever you want to do, really helps you professionally. Just in whatever a lot of jobs you can it's gonna be benefited by having another language. So China, for example, like for example myself, okay, just a couple of days ago I got an offer from this company. It was founded involved in a Chinese speaking nation, and it has headquarters all over the world in China and the USA, New York, things like that. So having like while I was in the career fair, I'm just walking around, and then it was a huge arena career fair. I was walking around, I was gonna shit, like I know what to do. And then this guy just literally just like, hey man, what's up? Just literally talk to me voluntarily. It's like, yeah, blah blah blah, and introducing his company. He talk about like how his company is in China and the USA, and he's like, you speak Chinese, right? I was like, yeah, I do speak Chinese, and I also speak English. Like, wow, you will be a perfect fit in our company, because having the two languages, especially in companies like international companies, it's gonna benefit you. I don't know how much. It's like if you do not work here, okay, you can go to another country if you want, right? You can work there, and if you were born in America, think about how cool it would be to go to China and work there for a couple years. That's gonna be really really dope. And like having the experience of working whatever staying at a different country really kind of open up your mind. Just like boom, like holy shit, like that's so awesome. After that, you like. After you've been doing that for quite a bit of time, you don't really fear about a lot of things anymore, because like, dude, if you can survive, with like in another language in different country, you can do a lot of things. You definitely boost your courage a lot. So that being said, learning Chinese or learning other languages depends on what you want to learn, right? Definitely helps a lot with jobs, just a professional career in the future, so does all these things. So hopefully you liked this video. In the future, I will be making more tutorials about Chinese, simple Chinese. I will teach you all the lessons, basic things you can learn, so you can at least have an understanding. Maybe you want to get higher in the future, you can. So, and it's not that hard. People always ask me, oh, is Chinese very hard? Like, it's considered one of the hardest language in the world, right? It is very hard. Obviously, it's not a language. It takes a lot of work and dedication, but is this achievable? Obviously, this is like. If you do it in the right way, learn smart, have the right environment, doing the right things, be dedicated. Everything is, you can definitely learn Chinese. So it's not as hard as you think it is, but it definitely requires some work. But just think about the rewards we have. It's incredible. Like learning another language, and you're able to say that in front of people, and if you can actually go to that country and talk to them, you'll be like, holy shit, like fuck yeah, one very good example I wanna give is actually vice versa. It's actually another guy who's in my high school. Like I was in high school football team, like American football. We're playing football on the football team, and then this dude, he's just huge giant dude. He's actually half Chinese and half black. But at that time, I don't know because I couldn't tell. He was like, boom, buff as fuck. I was like, hey man, and then talk. He's like, I can speak Chinese. I was like, get the fuck out of here, you can't. And then he actually started to speak Chinese to me. I was like, what in the world can you do that? Like, it was like so cool. I was like, shit, thank God he didn't say anything stupid in front of him in Chinese. But he's like, yeah, well, my mom is actually, from China. My dad is like French black, I was like, wow, shit, that's awesome, man. So, like, having a Chinese, like, if you know Chinese, it's not only gonna help, like, it's gonna surprise me, even a native speaker. If you just go to China and just like, hey man, say whatever Chinese ingredient, like, holy crap, like, this guy's like a god, it's awesome. So that's why learning Chinese really is a really good skill to learn. So make sure you stick around and subscribe if you can, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.